Hello, hello, hello to everyone. It's me, Aurelius the Butler. Your butler, of course. How is everyone today? Is everyone okay? Please, by all means, sound off in the comments and the usual places. There we go, got rid of that sign there. Hello to all of you, and... Wait, what's that? A tale? Where? What tale? I haven't had any tales to prepare. It's not about stories today. Oh. Doggo tale? Where? Wait, wait, hang on. Ah, well, yes, it appears that I have a doggo tail, as you say. I suppose no one's complaining. But yes, I've got a bit of a makeover on this outfit here. Thank you, TsunamiJuria, for that, and for this inclusion as well. Anyway, hello to all of you. I see so many people here. I see Slasher and Grey and Jellybean, Emin Fususu, Starglow. Who else? Oh, TsunamiJuria included. And over on the Twitch side of things, I see Nova and Welshie. Hello to all of you. Glad to know that you are enjoying the new outfit. I mean, as much as I am, of course. I'm certainly enjoying it too. And yes, I think you're right there, Slasher. I'm never going to be beating the dog allegations at this rate, but I will keep trying anyway. Even if I do have a dog tail, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm absolutely a dog. Oh, would you believe me? You're not going to really believe me on this one, are you, folks? Oh well. So anyway, yes, as you might have noticed during the start of the stream, we had some pieces of fan art that people have created. I compiled them, put them in little frames, and you'll be seeing those at the beginning of streams before I appear. Yes, definitely looks like I'm all but in the doggy category, as you say, Nova. Well, I'll keep on pushing. I'll keep on playing devil's advocate. Oh, Slasher, thank you for the compliments. But I'm sorry to hear that you've been struggling with anxiety all afternoon. But don't worry. This stream is going to be a fun one. Should be a funny one as well. And hopefully we can all have a great old laugh with some more bad album covers to share together. And we'll all be throwing lots of jokes in the chat, I'm sure. Just as a quick reminder, as always, please consider, well, you know, sharing the usual content from JTV ASMR around, even if it's just live stream content from YouTube or Twitch. If anyone's able to share it around, even if we get one new viewer per stream, I mean, if that, one per week or 2 weeks or whatever, if that ever happens, I will be one happy butler indeed. But of course, again, no pressure if you're unable to or don't want to, but for those who are able to share this sort of stuff around to help promote JTV ASMR, you know, share it with friends, share it with Discord servers, either the videos or the shorts or even the live streams, anything of the sort like that is always entirely appreciated. So thank you to everyone who's done that so far, of course. Well, you never know, Grey. You never know. Your art may appear on the slideshow someday. No pressure, of course. But still, we'll see what happens, won't we? And yes, Slasher, your sassiness is always fun to read out loud. That's for sure. So if you've got some sassy comments to be making about these comments, well, these album covers, better yet, please do sound off. Same to all of you as well. I want to hear all of your humorous jokes and quips and whatnot. Oh yes, JTV ASMR on YouTube is almost at 2K subscribers. That is going to be one heck of a milestone if we can hit that. Fingers crossed, everyone. Fingers crossed. Be sure to subscribe if you have not done so already. I would really appreciate it if you could. Anywho, let's just give everyone just a few more minutes, until we get delving into the fun stuff we all know and love, naturally. So yes, you might notice I'm a bit more expressive now. Again, big thank you to TsunamiJuria for some, you could say some tips when it comes to VTubing, streaming and whatnot. Oh yes, Slashy, yes, I managed to have a look at the little short story you made and published in the JTV ASMR server. Excellent work on that one. That was a very compelling read. Brilliantly thought out and very creative too, so it gets a 5-star rating from me. Yes, you'll get a few more cute faces from me on these live streams too, so enjoy. Righto then. Oh, cuddling with your dogs, Grey, during the stream. Oh, bless. I hope you all feel just as comfy as Grey right now, just as comfortable and relaxed, but also prepared for some fun and quirkiness too. Hopefully, it should be a good old time for everyone. Halloween audio, Jelly? I mean, I could end up doing that in, that's going to be a good 6 months and a week's time, but, never say never. Never say never, you know? Glad to know you like the big goofy grin, Slasher. I think it's quite good to be able to show off a smile to everyone, make everyone feel good with a big old toothy grin, don't you agree? It's good to know that you're feeling cozy, and that, oh, Emin Fususu has biscuits, delicious bickies, num num. Righto, and I hope everyone over on Twitch is having a good time too, and is about to be ready for some quirkiness, checking out bad album covers once again together. Oh, I see, Jelly, I see. It could be cool to make Slash's story a Halloween audio. Now, there's an idea. I like the sound of that. I think that could be a fun idea. The dentists fear Aurelius. Oh, well, you can imagine that I've been to a few dentists in my time here in your wonderful world, and you know, they're awfully surprised when I open my mouth, and they're not too surprised when, after I open my mouth, I explain that I go through toothbrushes quite often. Oh, Grey, how did you get such sharp teeth? Are you human or part dog? Okay, well, I can confirm I am not part dog, but that's just something that, people seem to, attribute me to. I know some people out there have, insinuated that I may be half human and half something else. Maybe we'll see down the line if I'll ever share further details on the matter. We'll see, but I'm going to keep my lips shut for the most part. I tend to keep these secrets just under wraps, you see. And hey, well, like I say, Slasher, like I say, never say never. Heck, just remind me down the time if it really is leading up to a Halloween or so. Maybe I might end up making it into an audio, but you never know, We'll see, we'll see. Me, a werewolf? No, certainly not, but then again, if everyone calls me a werewolf, I'm sure that everyone's going to be calling me a pup instead. Righto then, I think we've given everyone a bit of a head start, and I've done the usual shameless plug to remind everyone to subscribe to JTV ASMR, and also to, well, follow on YouTube and Twitch as well, or share them around, share the links, etc., etc. You know how it goes, don't you, folks? You know how it goes. But again, please do consider inviting friends and whatnot. But for now, though, we are going to delve into some fun stuff. We're going to be checking out not video game covers, no, that's for the future. Bad album covers. Bad album covers, yes. Jellybean, are you insinuating I do soft awwoos? I don't go awwoo. I'm not a pupper after all. I should probably not make noises that sound like a pupper, should I? Well, anyway. Me howling at the moon. Next thing you know, you're going to be saying that my theme song is Bark at the Moon by Ozzy Osbourne. Righto. Let's get started with some bad albums, such as this one, 31 Knots Trump Harm. Who are these malnourished gentlemen in the front? Seriously, who are these scrawny fellows here? I mean, I shouldn't even be looking at that. I should be looking at the Temu Elon Musk in the background with various hands sticking out. What on earth is this biblically inaccurate angel kind of peeping over these gentlemen who look like they're just posing in the bathroom and badly photoshopped themselves on a stock image of the beach? You think I howled pretty well, even if I'm not a dog, will she? Should I take that as a compliment? I probably should, shouldn't I? Yes, that's, I think that's an accurate representation of how I'm feeling about this one, Fususu. What is that? I think, I couldn't have said it better myself, perfectly honestly. Yes, it's trippy is, that's the nice way of putting it, Welshie. Definitely the nice way of putting it. Oh, boy. Like, look at these greasy-haired fellows. Someone get them a cheeseburger each, and for that thing in the background... Where on earth did that come from? Did someone discover Vladimir Putin's final form or something? Why so many hands? Why the title Trump Hard? And before anyone gets any ideas, this was released in early 2013 or so, I think. Around 2013 or something. Just letting you know. Oh, hello there, Felicia. Hello. Welcome. We're going to be covering bad album covers today. Oh, and, the tail? Well, as I've been told, it's not a fox tail, but a doggo tail. That's what everyone's telling me. You have TsunamiJuria to thank for that. Let's just move that album cover up a bit more. Here we go. Right. Yes, this cover is cursed. I think we need some sort of laser gun or Gatling gun to defeat that freaky fellow in the background. And for the scrawny little kiddies up front, let's just get them a shirt each. It is very early 2010s vibes, isn't it, Slasher? I think we do need to put this down, put it in the bin. Yes, I can't seem to take my eyes away from the eldritch horror, as you say, in the middle as well, Welshie. Like, what is this supposed to represent? Aside from these young men's inability to create a compelling album cover. I think we should throw it by the fire, Chili. Anyone got a flamethrower on hand? I'll gladly take the first blast at it. I don't think anyone's convinced that, oh wow, we're getting all of this sun shining on us. Yes, that's definitely the sun and not a lamp from Dad's basement or whatnot. Oh, if you got a flamethrower, hand it over, Nova, please. I think we're all in need of a blast from that, aren't we? Jellybean says, my 5-year-old asked me why he can see the guy's cage parts. You should probably tell your child, these two lads here, they should probably visit McDonald's sometime, put a few extra pounds on. Slasher says, it's supposed to represent why you shouldn't base your album art off the description of any angel biblically accurate. Well, if it was their attempt at being artistic, I think they didn't quite understand the assignment, personally. I think they might have flubbed things up a bit. Just a bit. Maybe I'm being harsh. Maybe I'm being harsh. Then again, on the other side of things, maybe I'm just correct and this is just a really, really ugly piece of cover art for an album. This is atrocious. 31 knots, Trump harm. Got two scrawny, probably, 18-year-olds in front of a camera looking like they haven't washed in about a month, while someone's random head appears with various hands sticking out with a face that almost says, please, dump me in the recycle bin. Dragonstar says, Wikipedia says they're a math rock band. I don't understand what a math rock band is exactly. What is that? I don't get it. I've never been into math rock. I've heard it is a thing, apparently. But, I don't get it. To put it in the nicest way possible, I really don't get it. I really don't. Yes, good question. Who calls their bands 31 knots? Well, is it because of their inability to tie shoelaces or something, maybe? I don't know. I really don't know. Well, I think we can all agree this one is terrible. Absolute garbage. And I think we're all a little bit more frightened. Sorry for the nightmare material, everyone, but, well, that's to be expected on bad album covers, isn't it? Let's delve into some more bad album covers. Let's see what's next. Into the bin it goes, indeed, Nova. Oh, I see Dragon Stars. Math rock is alternative / indie rock, complex atypical rhythmic structures. In other words, I'm not going to enjoy this kind of genre at all, am I? Blech. Into the bin. Let's divide it by 0 and be rid of this math rock album completely. On to the next one, and you get a bonus point if you get to figure out what the title of this album is. Aculeolus. Shadows of Old. The album is called Shadows of Old by some band. Some band. You've probably never heard of them. What on earth is going on here? Bad explosion effects. A lot of bad explosion effects going on. No one seems to care. Like, they're all thinking to themselves, oh my, this is such a minor inconvenience. Look, there's been an explosion of cheese fondue everywhere, and a child doodled our band title. This is definite emo 2000s vibes right here, for sure. Slasher, that's for sure. I wouldn't call it a little bit better, Amin Fususu. I'd say compared to the previous one, this is less worse. Hardly a compliment. Well, she says it's by Elon Musk's son. Did this person happen to draw a bit of a biro tattoo, maybe, or a little felt-tip tattoo on the chest in the center? Like, look at me, everyone! I'm hardcore and cool! Yes, I think they really thought they cooked with this one too, Grey. I think the only thing they're cooking is the background, literally, with all that fire effects. Why is there an emo reaching out like he's picking a burrito? Yes, the fellow on the right with the... Oh, maybe the lady. On the right with long hair and eyeliner. Just completely covering his mouth with the gigantic hand. What is this? Super Smash Brothers? Oh, is it Aternus? It's too small for me. I can't tell that by that. Cooked more like heavily burnt, says Welshie. Burn it some more, please. Burn it some more. Cast it into the sun. Nuke it from space. The lass on the left. The lady on the left right there, you see? She's just looking down like, wow, I really can't believe I got talked into this. I genuinely can't believe I'm on this album cover. Who designed this? This is why you don't design your albums within 15 minutes. Just saying, just saying. It does... It looks like those improve you're not a robot capture things, says Dragonstar. And yes... Felicia, yes, it's a hard no from me. Absolute garbage from me. That's my rating. Yo, Mike, how much fire did you want for the album, says Slasher. All of it? What? Did I stutter? Let's throw some exploding pizzas in the background. Wow! Wow, doesn't that seem cool? Doesn't that invoke names like Shadows of Old? What next? Oh, the dark side of history, and everyone's covered with with black fog everywhere. Just scribble black fog in Microsoft Paint. It is so 2000s. In fact, I've seen albums from the 2000s that have great album covers compared to this. This is garage band emo rock, and someone's girlfriend got talked in and is already just regretting it. I'm imagining these. I bet you, from the look of the singer alone, that he probably hasn't even hit puberty yet. Like, puberty is coming probably 10 years too late for him, so he's probably singing at quite a high octave. I think we're all throwing this one into the fire, Felicia. And it is so emo, edgy, like Shadows of Old. Ooh, how scary, how evil, blah. Rubbish. This definitely looks like the kind of stuff you'd probably find in a supermarket's 99 pence bin or something. And only -9 out of 10 in for Susu. Awfully generous, all things considered. I think this should be cast into the shadows and set on fire in the process, personally. What a terrible, terrible cover. Well, she says, why are all these rockers obsessed with being shirtless when they look like they shunned eating 6 months ago? I don't know either. They seem to be so invested in fasting, showing off their bony ribs. The only shadows in the top left corner, says TsunamiJuria. Oh yes, you're right. But I guess that must be the shadows part, and the old part is, what, is it the third fellow to the right, perhaps? Maybe? Type of stuff your uncle would give you on your birthday, says Slasher. There you go, little child. You have this album that I found. I totally did not pull it out of the glove compartment of my car. It's a totally brand new album. It's really, really good. It's by a band I love called Oh, you'll figure it out yourself. Just read the liner notes. Yes, I think we're all in agreement. This one is poo, and this one deserves to be set on fire, as Dragonstar aptly conveys through the use of a fire and dragon emoji. Definitely has car boot sale vibes indeed, Welshie, though I think even if you slapped a number on this, like 50 pence, you'd be struggling to give this away. Someone could come up and say, oh, what's this, golf clubs? Yeah, for £10? Yes, I'll gladly take this. Oh, would you like a free CD alongside for... I don't know how to pronounce the title. Shadows of Old? No, I'll just take the golf clubs. It's a package deal, it's a package deal. You have to buy something, and you get the CD away. You can't... No, it's terrible. You know what, forget it, I'm not going to buy anything. It's all because of that CD cover. Or as Jelly aptly puts it, have this album that I totally didn't make in my mum's garage. It's not good at all, is it, Starglow? It is atrocious. This one will be cast into the fire, and hopefully we'll all have forgotten about it by the time we're all old. Or maybe within the next 10 seconds. Let's see. Let's see what happens next when we click on this magic button here and look at another album cover. Here we go, everyone. Why, it's Alvis Barnett and the Barnetts. Hide and watch, or if you don't believe we're real. Hide if you don't believe we're real, and watch is one of those titles. You know, I don't think they're real. I really don't think they're real. I don't think sticking their severed heads onto a park bench makes them any more real. How do we know this is just not a psyop to make people think that these random, rather creepy-looking people from the 1970s are actually a band at all? You never know. You never know. Where are their bodies indeed, Im and Fasusu? You see, this is what happened. We went from 2 albums with the band members all fasting, looking scrawny, and now we have 3 band members who have not eaten anything within their lifetime, and this is what happens to their bodies. They've completely evaporated. They're just 3 severed heads now. Well, she says, this was the very first attempt at AI art. It definitely has AI art vibes, and this was from the 1970s. This predated AI art by about, what, 50 plus years or so? Or Slash is saying, Temu Elvis gets his head mounted on a park bench with a primary school teacher and a 90s gym instructor. Please, give these ladies and that gentleman better haircuts. I don't care for the products of their time. These are bad. Bad. Ooh, blimey. It's like they printed their face in cardboard and glued to a bench. I think that's what probably did happen, TsunamiJuria. Unless they just chopped their heads off photos and glued it on like some scorned lovers who, you know those kind of photos when you get someone, like, they take a photo of someone, then they cut out their head and they stick it on someone else's body, and they've got themselves in the photo as well, like, see, this is totally us, we're not crazy, we're in love. I'm getting those kind of strange kind of vibes, like kidnapper, serial killer vibes. Like, oh, look at this band, I cut out their heads and put it on a bench, that means they performed in the park, we're not crazy, really, are you convinced? No, we're frightened. Inappropriate and not decent. Well said, Thalicia. Slasher says, so did they forget to call the singers for the photo shoot, so they ended up using cardboard cutouts? It could have been a money-saving feature. They could have just grabbed photos from, I don't know, photos from a photo shoot and thought, oh, blimey, they're all late. Oh, let's just take a photo of a bench and glue their heads on. Why not? And Fasusu says, make an album with only a $5 payment. And that's being generous too. Oh my, yes, Alvis Barnett and the Barnetts. Hide and watch. No, I don't want to watch. I think we're all just going to hide. This is frightening. This is weird. And if you don't believe we're real, I don't think having your enchanted severed heads floating around on a bench is making anyone believe they're actually real. I think this is just some bad voodoo magic. It's like Doom. You know, the lost souls, those burning heads on fire, they charge and headbutt you. I'm getting these vibes. Just someone put some fire around their heads and make it look like the lost souls from Doom. Oh, and welcome Blue Bats. You came at an interesting time. We're looking at this interesting album cover. Yes, very interesting. It's almost like they just got like Halloween masks that they just tied up to the bench. Except these are like Halloween masks you cut out from cardboard boxes, like cereal boxes. You know, like, oh wow, look everyone, you can cut out the heads of all these famous band members. Oh wow, who could they be? People like Jimi Hendrix. Or maybe someone else, like Prince. Yes, any of those? No, it's just Elvis Barnett and the Barnetts. They were cheap, you see. Oh. Do we have to have them as masks? Can we just, like, not have them? No. Oh. Playing a whack-a-mole with their heads. That'd be enough to give everyone frights. Slash is saying, "Oi, Terry, where's the singers? Oh, forgot to get them. For God's sakes, Terry, get the printer and their pics from Google." It really does look like a crime scene from a murder mystery documentary, indeed, Slasher. Like, ooh. These were the heads of the 3 victims, tied to a bench. Okay, that's a bit morbid, I apologize, but still. I think Welshie aptly describes this one. Hide and watch, more like hide and never return. Let's all hide from this one. Well, tell you what, folks, I'm going to do all of you a favor. I'm going to make this album hide for good by jumping to the next terrible album cover. Let's see what we've got in the pipeline. Ooh. Oh dear, I should have probably censored that atrocious example of a bottom. Like, seriously, that is an absolutely tiny rump. Sorry, I'm supposed to be paying attention to the UFO floating over what I presume is Valhalla, or maybe it's pronounced Walhalla, based on how it's written, a big white castle in the background. But I can't get away from the fact there's a naked Viking next to a troll face skull, and he's just pointing at it with a limp arm, like, oh my, oh wow. My arm's a bit achy. I wasted all this time taking off my clothes. Is that Pocahontas? So a naked Viking fights aliens in the countryside of Ireland. I don't think I've ever heard of such folklore like that personally, but maybe I've just not been brushing up on history. Everything made sense until the UFO says Dragonstar. The man's naked, Dragonstar. How does that make sense? He's only got a helmet on. I mean, goodness gracious, put on a loincloth at least. It's a full moon tonight indeed, Slasher. Double moon. Weirdly sculpted indeed, Nova. I'm not sure what this gentleman's exercise regiment is, but keep it away from me. Something's terribly wrong with those legs, and that back looks like he's trying to grow abdomen on it. His arm is partially dislocated. That looks like a still from Monty Python. It actually does look like a Monty Python skit or something, Slasher. The kind of art style and colours. Look at that generic font, Area Disaster. I think they just picked up someone's painting, just badly typed over it on a computer. Called it a day. Thought, why is there a camp Viking pointing at a UFO floating over a white set of cathedral, castle, whatever in the background? Because art. Because postmodern art. Well, true, Slasher. He's got shoes on at least. This is indeed why you don't commission anyone from Facebook Marketplace either, Welshie. You end up getting things like this. I really don't know, Nova. I don't know how to interpret this either. Area Disaster. The whole album covers an area disaster. That's the entire area, and all of it's a disaster. Yes, this Viking should put on clothes, indeed, Felicia. I think he's going to get a very hefty fine or get vaporized by that UFO over there, but even that UFO is looking more like a gigantic cushion for a sofa with headlights and a few vegetables sticking out of it. Are those characters from VeggieTales piloting that UFO? I don't know. I can't say for sure. Well, yes, Valhalla for the dead, but even then. Vikings, yes, I get it. Naked Vikings? No, I don't get it. Castle, well, I suppose, yes, makes sense. UFOs, you've lost me. drink. Well, you can tell I'm looking at this kind of cover and getting surprised, aren't you, Juria? Oh, here we go. Nova's at it with the Vimto tax. Go on, take away my Vimto drinks. I actually bought a whole stockpile of them from a nearby shop, the apple and blackcurrant flavour in particular. 40 pence a bottle. Clearance sale. Genuinely, like 5, maybe 6 times as cheap. Oh, Slasher's after the Vimto again. Go ahead, go ahead. Oh, Bluebat's joining in on the Vimto tax. Go ahead, go ahead. Delicious Starfallen meat. I bet it'll go very well with pizza rolls. Dragon Star for sure. But anyway, getting back on topic. Yes, I think the Camp Viking, the Streaking Viking, Leif Erikson should really put on a loincloth and a tunic or something, because this is not how you get a tan, good sir. Just saying. I mean, the colouring is all right, though, you know. If it was just a hill, castle, maybe a Viking with some clothes on, it might have been all right. You know, a decent bit of paint work. But this whole thing is an area disaster. It's not going to end up in Valhalla. It's going to end up in hell. Hell with the one L. The very cold Viking hell. Why are aliens fighting the local nudist? It almost sounds like an episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, to be perfectly honest. Maybe that's why he's doing his pose. Maybe he's trying to call upon his stand just moments before, but we can't see it. I summon my stand, area disaster. You kinda like it, Grey. No comment. Well, she's saying, at least the 3-year-old colouring this picture stayed in the lines. Righto, on to the next album cover, because this is making my eyes cry just out of pure cringe and disgust. Throw a battle axe at it. Okay, on to the next album cover. Now, this one is a classic. Black Sabbath Paranoid, one of the most important albums ever made, one of the greatest albums ever made. I'm sure almost every metalhead will tell you. This is one of the most important heavy metal albums in music history. I mean, heck, it has the album title. It has Paranoid. You know, the one that goes do 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 do. So yes. But this cover, though, what on earth is going on here? This is genuinely baffling. Who is this blurry Technicolor warrior with the rubberiest looking sword imaginable? Very neon, a bit too neon. Is this like from the Predator's eyesight, you know, from the movie Predator? Is this what the Predator sees when Arnold Schwarzenegger tries to attack it? Looks unfinished. Well said, well said. Again, it's Black Sabbath and Paranoid, some of the most important pieces of music history ever, basically. But yes, I don't know if it's supposed to be abstract slasher. I'm getting angry traffic warden vibes. Angry traffic warden who picked up a shield and a floppy plastic sword to wreak havoc upon speeding motorists. That's my interpretation, but I could be horribly, horribly wrong here. Neon Samurai. What's that photography technique, Dragon Star? I'm not sure. I'm just calling it Technicolor, because that seems to be what's coming to mind. I think it's like a few frames kind of glued onto one another to make it seem like it's blurring together. Now, this almost looks like a JoJo stand. As Dragon Star happily says, here, stand here and flop around. Look, this low-budget cosplay of, what is this, Lord of the Rings cosplay is not exactly convincing anyone. It's giving me headache too, Slasher. And as I say, the album itself is not bad. Far from it. It's the opposite. It's amazing. Amazing music. Amazing band, too. But as Nova says, is that a bear in a fireman's suit wielding a sword? I can barely resemble a face, personally. Maybe he's holding a gigantic piece of pizza, and he's holding in his other hand a blue strip of paper he's waving around. And he's got a little bandolier to put all of his snacks on, and his puffy pants are falling while he's running. Like if this was a character from Mortal Kombat, I'd reject it immediately. Maybe he grabbed one of those, maybe he grabbed the ship from Space Invaders and he's using that as a shield. Your eyesight's definitely not at fault here, Nova. No, we're all struggling with this one, unfortunately. Still, it's pretty bad. It's pretty rubbish. Slasher says, I don't think Sabbath knew what the album's supposed to be. I mean, this is the same band who had the Demonic Baby album cover, which made one of the band members vomit, apparently. This one here, like, I don't know how this got approved. I'm not even sure that they still use this album cover for the re-releases of the album. It's been re-released a few hundred times, I'm sure. So, no clue if they still use the original, or if they use something better. Significantly better. Well, I think we can put this aside and say this is pretty bad. I wouldn't call it the worst, but it's not good. It's not a good album, but it's not a bad album. Art-wise, of course, art-wise. This is Dragon Size. Someone paranoid that there's a time-traveling kid in a Halloween costume after them. That's probably it. Probably chasing after everyone for their treats and snacks and sweeties. Like, I'm here. I'm gonna eat all your chocolates. Absolute rubbish indeed of Blue Bats. Total rubbish. One of the best albums ever with some of the worst album art ever, one could argue. Maybe he's glowing red because he's heating up from wearing all of those layers. Or maybe he just fell into a big vat of tomato ketchup. Who knows? Who knows? Either way, let's throw this one into the bin. On to the next album cover we go. Oh gracious. Bruce Babyman Baum. Born to be raised. Is this a humiliation ritual? He looks like the long-lost brother of Hulk Hogan, and with good reason. Born to be raised? What am I looking at? Does this pass as a sense of humor back then? Yes, a literal man-baby dragon star. Not only... I guess band babies aren't the only things that we find on Blue Sky. We actually find them on album covers now. Ooh, Slasher saying, Dad's not taking the divorce well. Jellybean says, Temu Hulk Hogan. Oh my. Nova says, Babe, you're not a baby. Stop stealing nappies from our newborn's drawer, better yet. Well, she says, he looks like a confused resident of the local nursing home. Am I supposed to be wearing this? No, Bruce, no. We've got you back on using the toilet now. Could you please take that off in the bathroom? In the bathroom, so we don't see your, dangly bits. And put some proper clothes on, a proper pair of underpants, please. Don't use the bed sheets and wrap them around your bottom and ghoulies. I mean, for Susu, you came back at a really awkward time, to be perfectly honest. Who calls himself Bruce Babyman Baum? Born to be raised? Well, By who? I don't think anyone would want to raise a hairy, greasy, 40-year-old, slightly balding fellow with the world's ugliest moustache. Someone called the asylum. We found Bruce, says Dragonstar. Which asylum? Arkham Asylum. Bruce is here. Let's send Bruce to Arkham Asylum. What? You mean the millionaire businessman? No, Bruce Baum, the musician who dresses up in gigantic nappies. Oh, yes, yeah, let's throw him. I think the Joker got to the best of this fellow. Blue Bat says, more like born to be in a retirement home. Slasher says, looks like Hulk Hogan, Bob Ross had a cursed demon. Who took away Granddad's dementia medicine, says Welshie. I don't think the Joker would ever want to see that fellow again, says Nova. Maybe this is one of those, like, footnote in history sort of villains from comics, like a Batman villain. Like, watch out, Batman, it's Bruce Babyman Baum. That's right, Batman, it's me. I'm going to... oh, I don't know. I'm going to throw my toys out of my pram at you. Bruce, please, put on some actual clothes. This doesn't count. He's got a decent enough figure, so clearly he must be keeping himself in decent enough shape, but I don't think he's ever had a shower in the past 10 years. Looks like he smothers himself with barbecue sauce instead of body lotion. Totally lost a bet, said Dragonstar. Oh, you can tell, just look at that face like, what am I doing here? Why am I here? Am I drunk? Am I still drunk? Yes, you totally are. Anyway, smile for the camera, Bruce. Oh, this is indeed worse than that Gary album, getting down to business. This is frightening stuff. Bruce Babyman Baum, back to the nursery for you, big boy. No one gets anywhere close near his nappy. You never know what he's dropped in there. But then again, it's probably going to be better than the album itself. Slasher says, Mum, why did you leave Dad? Honey, you'd understand if you saw what album he made. This is probably right after he got the call. Yes, Bruce, sorry, I'm taking our kid away. I'm getting a divorce. Please stop making album covers like these. Bye. This is nightmare material. Like, I'm not looking at this and thinking, wow, what a great idea, what a quirky, hilarious idea for a cover. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh dear, I think the live-action reboot of Rugrats is not really looking too good at the moment. Should we jump to a new album cover? Because I'm getting really bad vibes from this fellow. I think he's getting bad vibes from it too. Ugh. Yuck. I don't like looking at this fellow. Let's move on. Nova says, Boss Baby live action. Oh, that is terrible, Nova, but that made me laugh. So you get a gold star for that one, unlike Bruce here. Let's move on, please. Back to the nursery you go. You're getting a timeout, big boy. Or should I say young man? But then again, that might be a bit generous. Right. On to the next album cover we go, everyone. Here we go with Cody Mathewson? I can't see that one letter glued between the E and S, but whatever. Cody Mathelson, maybe. Can I borrow another feeling? No, Cody, you can borrow my scissors. Use them, then cut your hair, please. What is this? Is this macaroni art for the logo? And this totally looks like someone who really wants to borrow another feeling. He looks like that kind of fellow you see outside of a bookies, as they're called. Someone who likes to do horse racing, then he stands outside to smoke a cigarette for 30 minutes while just glaring at people because he's not had any lager yet. Glad to know you're getting a good giggle out of these, Grey. Why is David Hasselhoff wearing a wig, says Slasher? His bangs are indeed trying to escape, Grey. I think they're all screaming, thinking, oh God, please get us off this man's head, please. What woman's wig did he steal? A darn good question, Slasher. I think he probably borrowed his wife's wig. Can I borrow another wig and another feeling? Well, she says, someone send Cody back to the trailer park. He's drunk again. So that's how Mum met Dad, says Slasher. How he scored her will forever baffle me. How does he get his bangs to do that? I think they've got a life of their own, Dragonstar. They seem to be kind of coiling and writhing in pain right now. Well, this fellow here looks like a mobster from some sort of Italian-American crime movie. He's the low-level runt, the Don's son that no one takes seriously. That album looks dirty. It certainly does, Slasher. I think it's probably... I think it's because someone took a photo of it, but then again, I wouldn't be too surprised if the original album cover looked like someone's been using it for a coaster for the drink. Amen for Susu saying Elvis would be proud. Elvis is rolling in his grave at the thought of this one, I'm sure. Can I borrow another feeling? Here's a number for a barber. How about you borrow that one, Cody? Looks to me that he is underwater, says Nova. Underwater in what? Lager? Because I think he's probably had a few too many drinks, woke up with bed hair. In fact, I think a bird probably landed in his hair and started making a nest out of it. This is a good advert for hairspray, wouldn't you agree, TsunamiJuria? Do you want to look like Cody, or look like Aurelius the Butler with my hair? Choose. Aurelius brand hairspray. Sealed with a kiss. Mwah. Slasher says, so this is what happens when we try to make a Pride Month Sopranos. Oh, this is probably the cut character from the Sopranos. He was cut for good reason. But he's still wanting to borrow another feeling, that's for sure. I think he needs to borrow something else instead of another feeling. He needs another comb. The yellow font over that light background makes the eyes hurt. Same here, Dragonstar. Same here. That's a terrible choice in colors. It blends into the baby blue in the background and almost gets coiled up in the hair. I'm almost wondering if it's supposed to look like some of his blonde bangs. Not like anyone's convinced, of course. It looks like a prison mugshot. I just realized it looks like someone made a prison mugshot and then slapped that onto an album cover. He just kind of looked away briefly to make it look like he's staring at the font to the right. And that font does not fit that face. That font does not fit at all. He doesn't look nearly as fancy or posh as the font seems to imply. He looks like he woke up from inside a cardboard box, precariously dumped next to an open sewer grate, stumbled into the studio and said, "All right, everyone, all right, just take a photo. Come on, yeah, I'm ready for the snap." He looks depressed because he has to wear a wig. Wouldn't you be depressed if you were stuck with this wig? Blue Bats, poor Cody here. I'm feeling sorry for him. This is going in the fire for sure. I think it's going to burn like a bonfire because of all the hairspray he's probably blasted over his head. Atrocious stuff, Cody. I'm sorry, but you're not borrowing another feeling from any of us. The only feeling you're borrowing from us is disgust and schadenfreude. If that could be considered a feeling. Oh, never mind. Anyway, let's move to the next album cover then. Slasher saying, "Hey Cody, can I use you to practice my hairstyling skills?" "Sure, don't just to make me look stupid." Good idea for Emin for Susu. Toss it into a lava pit. Toss it into a volcano. Anything. Though again, with all the hairspray on this fellow, I wouldn't be surprised if there'd be a big boom. Right, on to the next one. We have Druid with Vampire Cult. Now this screams 14-year-old sketchbook art. Like, wow, look at this drawing I made to impress my classmate. She'll totally give me her number now. Wow, son, can I use your art for our album cover? Oh yes, sure, Dad. Yes, does that look like a vampire cult to you? Oh, Dracula, better watch out. You're gonna get attacked by one of these fellows. Burnt spaghetti hair fellows, indeed. With pajama robes. I presume that's supposed to be a hatchet of some kind, but it looks more like a spatula. Standing right next to the skull of... No creature in this known universe has a skull like that. The teens really need to stop trashing on the graveyard. Darn it, you crazy kids! Stop dressing up like rejects from Kiss and gently toppling things over at awkward angles. It looks like Beavis and Butthead, says JTV. If they were possessed by vampires, I think this is probably what they'd look like. Definitely has emo vibes. It's not a phase, Mum. You don't understand me. I'm part of a vampire cult now. We're going to defile some graves by tilting them slightly. I think Tim Burton needs to cast this into a vault and seal it away, Fususu. Definitely has Kiss vibes, doesn't it, Felicia? Like low-budget Kiss. Just druid vampire cult. I love how the moon in the top corner, I love how there's no detail on it whatsoever. It just looks like the artist gave up like 98% of the way there, just left a big gaping hole in the sky and thought, good enough, good enough. Druid and vampires don't go well indeed, especially with haircuts like that. What is that? It's reminding me I need to mop up the kitchen. I could take some of these fellows, tip them upside down, dunk them into the sink, and start mopping them around. This is the way we mop the floor, mop the floor, mop the floor. Horrible, horrible stuff. There's not exactly a good vampire face to him. He looks like he's going, ooh, ooh. Not a, I want to suck your blood face. I think his eyes might be cross-eyed too, and the fellow in the background just looks like he's happy to be part of the action. Oh, they look very unwell indeed. They look like they just stumbled out of some sort of live adaptation of Michael Jackson's Thriller, adapted for the stage play. Yes, I think we should launch it into space. Let's let aliens analyze it. I can't tell if it is a hammer or an axe slasher. It looks more like a spatula to me. Or a pencil stuck in a pencil sharpener. Looks like they just escaped a mental hospital, says Nova. Something you've drawn in therapy. Just imagine this in The Shining. Imagine the little kid, instead of saying, I see dead people, just draws this and says, this is who I've been seeing. Oh, good gracious, let's get out of here. Well, I think we can all agree it is bad. Very bad. Very, very bad. Terrible. Atrocious. I hope a vampire bites it and throws it away. It's rubbish. Right. Next album, everyone. Are we ready for more? We've got an hour to go, so we've got plenty of time for more, that's for sure. Into the fire, indeed. Better yet, let's put it under the sun. Let's put it under the sun and let it fizzle up that way. Bless you, Nova. Good to be having you back on board for more streams indeed. And as always, I'm hoping you're all enjoying all of these streams too. This one included, of course. But anyway, on to the next album cover. Why, it's Eddie Brumley! And look, he found Jesus at a Walmart. Can't you tell by this very convincing album cover of him standing outside a Walmart? Wow, it's like he's right there. Eddie, I think it's time we talked about Photoshop. Have you considered using Photoshop? It's a very interesting piece of tech. You can learn a lot from using it. Clearly not. I think he's letting his faith do all of the heavy lifting when it comes to designing these album covers. Nova says, I think you need thicker lenses this time around, buddy. I'm getting a good glimpse of what I presume is probably... What is that, a light? Another room in his glasses? So that doesn't even make any sense. Yes, I agree there, Dragonstar. Nice sunset. I think someone probably took a photo of the Walmart just randomly. Like, oh, look at that nice, blurry, pinky purple sort of sky. Right over the Walmart. And then Eddie thought, oh, wow, I'm going to insert myself in this. Through any means possible. And then I'll write a song about finding Jesus at a Walmart. Slasher says, Eddie is that one weird uncle that never visits because of the Christmas incident of 2012. Gather round, everyone. Let's listen to my brand new single. 5 minutes later. Eddie, we can't invite you to any future Christmas gatherings anymore. I'm sorry, but this is the product of your own doing. Just saying. Just saying. Notice how Jesus isn't even in the album, says Slasher. Well, of course, he's at the Walmart. He's probably inside. He's at the checkouts, desperately trying to avoid Eddie Brumley. I'm not going to say hallelujah at the sight of this one, Blue Mats. I think we need to all pray for a better album cover. I'm guessing this was likely just taken in the bathroom of his, and he superimposed himself on the Walmart to make it seem like, oh wow, look, I found Jesus at a Walmart, and look at my YouTube clickbait editing skills right here. He looks like he's about to debate me. He's about to start an interesting debate about some sort of really exceptionally boring topic. Or maybe he's about to make like a 4-hour analysis about a YouTuber that is relatively popular and is going to be incredibly overly dramatic and overly verbose about it. You know the one. You know the sort of YouTubers I mean here, don't you, folks? Well, she says, looks like a Southern Baptist minister trying to be hip for the kids. Hey kids, do you shop at Walmart too? I do. That's where I found Jesus. Check out my new hip-hop track. Abu, ach, abu, booch. Nova saying, I can't imagine poor Jesus being chased around by Eddie with a camera. Jesus, I just need you on my album cover, I swear. My son, you know I love you and all, but you make terrible album covers. Please, fix that and maybe I'll consider. At least have a beam of light or something. But then again, that might blind the other shoppers. We don't want to cause an inconvenience at a Walmart. I mean, the prices alone are inconvenient for Americans, I'm sure. Ah, poor Eddie. Poor Eddie Brumley. He found Jesus at a Walmart, and all he has to say for it is a really bad album cover. Someone should have probably used those coupons, Eddie? Maybe you could have saved more budget for designing a proper cover, but no, this is not going to cut it, I'm afraid. I don't think this is going to shift mega numbers. I don't think this is going to be hitting the radios anytime soon. Oh, K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack, move over. We've got another big contender for Spotify. You know, it's getting me wondering how they sound like as well, Nova, but unfortunately I would love to play clips of it on the streams, but copyright issues, naturally. Righto. Right, on to the next album cover we go, everyone. This is pretty rubbish, it's pretty meh. Let's return this to Walmart and ask for a refund while we pull up the next album cover. Eskimo Callboy? What? Huh? What are those haircuts? Who are these beetled rejects? What do you mean we got the moves? You're not moving. You're posing next to a horse with an equally terrible bowl treatment haircut. Slasher says, Eddie is that one village weirdo everyone avoid. Oh, that's from the previous one, isn't it? And I find people walking around in pajamas or swimsuits at Walmart. Do you ever see people looking like this, Jellybean? Do you ever have anyone looking like the band members of Eskimo Callboy? They look like pretentious high school art teachers. They're about to lecture you on postmodernist art. And they brought a horse in to kind of prove their point, but no one gets it, and the horse is probably doing a doo-doo on the floor. Slasher says, so the Three Stooges get a remake, but one of them gets replaced by a horse. That's the sort of gimmicks that we're all looking forward to on TV these days. And you're right, TsunamiJuria, they're not even Eskimos, neither of them. Although I understand the politically correct term would be Inuit, but that doesn't fix the terrible album cover here. And look at this atrocious clothing. I bet they probably pretend to speak in camp, exaggerated German accents, don't they? Definitely look like they cloned one of the Three Stooges. I don't know which one. They cloned one of them twice and then transplanted his DNA, spliced it with a horse. Just because. What has science done? What has Photoshop done too? Is this a tribute act for Electric Callboy? They sung that song, says Welshie. Well, now that you mention it, that could be it. That could very well be it, but even then, I'm not giving it any praise, personally. Nova says, matching haircuts, at least leave the dear horse out of it. That poor horsey is probably thinking, what on earth is going on? Why do I have reading glasses and an atrocious wig that looks like... it looks like Mario's moustache being edited on his noggin. Jellybean says, I saw a blind lady that came into Walmart with an seeing eye horse. Did the lady happen to look like any of these two on the album covers here? Slasher says, trying to... no, she says, type of stuff you find at a modern art cafe trying to be hip. Definitely has pretentious hipster vibes, doesn't it? Probably wants to complain about capitalism while wearing these ugly store-bought clothing, and everyone goes, no, everyone, no one wants to hear you talk about it. Just give me a coffee and let me leave. Oh, so that's the cover for the actual song, and Eskimo Callboy ripped it off. You know, they could have just done something better. Like an original piece of art. I think that wouldn't have exactly killed. Slasher adds, oh, John, Larry can make it. Fine, Terry, get that horse and put this wig on it. I'm not losing the photo shoot spot. Get those Mario moustaches off their heads at once. I bet they're probably balding. The horse included. Okay, this is rubbish. Let's send this to the North Pole and never call it back. Get a horse to poo in it too. It's rubbish. It's quite honestly absolute rubbish, and I don't like it. I think it's terrible. So yes, even if it is like a tribute to original art, and even if it is a cover of cover song, you know, Either way, it looks really bad, and I don't want to see it ever again. Okie dokie then, okie dokie. Slash is saying, there's an imposter among us. I'm suspicious of the guy on the left. I don't know, I don't like the guy on the right. I think he's giving suspicious vibes. What do you think? Middle fellow with a slightly elongated snout. What do you think? Alright then. Let's get the heck out of here with this one and get something better. Well, hopefully better. On to the next one. We have Fire Axe with Victory or Death. I'll choose Death. I'm much happier with that, perfectly honest. What is this face? He looks like Aphex Twin. You know how he puts his creepy face on his album covers and singles? Looks like that. I'm getting Richard D. James vibes from this fellow here. He's freaking me out. And he's not even holding a fire axe, he's holding a sword. Couldn't even get that right. Nova Star says, that face looks like it haunts me in my nightmares. And it's going to haunt you a lot more elsewhere as well when you are awake. You turn around and you see this fellow grinning at you going... Sims post, says Slasher. That's more like a video game cover. Must be a pretty bad video game cover if that's the case. Look at this terrible Dorito pattern all over his arms. Doesn't look like fire to me. It looks like crunched up cheese Doritos. To be fair, yes, it does look like a bad video game album cover, where the gameplay has nothing to do with what's on the cover itself, most likely. Type of graphic nonsense you see at a modern art museum, says Slasher. That'd be very generous. I think it'd be probably put in the basement where no one can access it. Uncanny vibes, Uncanny Valley vibes from this, says Nova. Yes, that face it just doesn't look right. Who makes a face like that? Again, aside from Aphex Twin. Who smears the armor with this lame spray paint color kind of fire, and even did it on the logo? It makes the logo even more difficult to read. It's so rubbish. Just make the logo black. Make it all black with a white outline. Bing bang boom, you're done. Yes, I'm afraid the only axes there are on the X. That's where the fire axes are, but even then they're not fire axes, they're regular axes. Looks like a sleep paralysis demon, says Welshie. If that's the case, then someone grab that sword from its arm and wave it around until the sleep paralysis demon goes away. This is not my knight in shining armor for sure, and I don't care if he is victorious and gloating in front of a crowd of what I can only assume are deformed peas in the Colosseum. That's all the only vibe I'm getting there. How does he pick his nose? It doesn't look like he's able to even breathe through his nostrils. They're so thin, so ugly. Ugh. Honestly, I'm in Fisuso. I could barely make out Fire Axe myself from this terrible choice in font, terrible choice in colouring as well. Just bad, outright atrocious and rubbish, utter garbage and poo. I don't like it in the slightest. If Julius Caesar was around during this time, thumbs down, send out the lions. Bad stuff. Definitely has lobotomized vibes indeed, Slasher. And yes, it's Thalicia. This one's going to be defeated in the Colosseum for sure, because it is atrocious. No one wants this as their champion art cover now. Alright, let's go to the next album cover. Why, Jackie Vernon? He's that fellow who has a watermelon. Oh no! Oh no, what happened to his poor watermelon? Jackie, what happened? You were just taking your beloved lump of fruit around, and then... kablooey! It exploded and made a dinosaur shape inside of it. Did someone steal a bit of the watermelon, Jackie? Oh, poor man, he looks so sad. Someone go get him another watermelon. Not a cantaloupe, though. Not a cantaloupe. He's not going to be happy with that. To be fair, it is making me a bit peckish for some watermelon. Although I think he's spilt more watermelon on the floor than there actually is in, in that hole itself. Nova says another one out of the mental hospital, and he took his watermelon from the locker on a walk again. I grew this in my garden. It's my favourite pet of all. He's called Jim. Oh no! Oh no, I dropped Jim on the floor. He's dead now. Rest in peace, everyone. Rest in peace. Let's all type in R.I.P. in chat. Pay respects to poor Jackie Vernon and his poor watermelon he was only taking on a walk. Poor Jim the watermelon. Nova says, Jackie, I thought we were through this in therapy. It's not your dog from year 3. Slasher says, I've seen people who lost family look less sad than Jackie and his melon. And Manfususu says, no, who murdered the watermelon? I'll have their heads. Jellybean says, Jackie, why have you killed the watermelon? He looked at me funny. Look at him, he's sad. Rest in pepperoni, poor watermelon. You'll never make it to that fruit salad bowl that Jackie is hoping to make once he gets home. Pity. Big pity, isn't it? Seriously though, what the heck is going on here? Why a watermelon? Why is he dressed up like some sort of Soviet commander? Why is he taking a watermelon for a walk? So Castaway cheap to DVD movie sequel, says Slasher. Like, this is a movie that Disney doesn't want you to remember. I think this is the movie that they want you to forget all about. It was a tax write-off. Jelly says, looks like a rejected horror movie poster. Is the horror part the fact that someone's been going around and murdering innocent, poor, defenseless lumps of fruit? Because I think it is. Truly terrifying, horrifying stuff, don't you agree, everyone? Your watermelon could be next. We don't want that to happen, do we? I'm feeling bad for the watermelon too. Poor lump of fruit. Not even the slugs could enjoy it. Right, well, Jackie, next time, don't dress up like you're one of Stalin's henchmen, and take something else for a walk instead of a lump of fruit from the supermarket. It's okay, you can get another one for a couple of quid. Nova's saying, no, leave my precious watermelons alone, murderer. See, this is the origin story. You know how Batman lost his parents in an alley because of a robber? Jackie lost his watermelon down an alley because of who knows what. And now he's going to become a superhero. He'll become a crime fighter, just dressing up as Stalin's right-hand man while he goes around fighting crime with a big watermelon kind of set of armor alongside. And he's got a machine gun pip kind of launching device. Good idea, Dragonstar. Yes, let's just give him a pet rock. That'll do quite nicely. Oh, hello, Manchik, welcome, welcome. We've been showing some fan art at the start of the streams, and your art appeared in that. Just thought I'd let you know. Anyway, let's move on to the next album cover. Let's go to the next one. It's Jimi Hendrix, in case that brilliant album probably fooled you, and let's admit it, it did. Was that really you, Jimmy? I wouldn't have known. I thought that was a magic version of Santa Claus, obviously. That's the only vibe I'm getting. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I genuinely didn't know that Jimi Hendrix had a Christmas album. No clue that was even a thing. Like, Mr. Hendrix, you're not even trying to put on the moustache. This is a strange, Amazon reimagining of Lord of the Rings, but at least we can see Gandalf the White is looking, up to snuff, shall we say. Nova says, "Oh, come on, Jimmy, you've been staring at the bauble for an hour now." Slasher says, "So a pirate is stuck in a Christmas ornament." I think he just pulled out a lump of cotton wool, glued it to his face, and probably stole his mother's feather hat, dumped it on and said, "Look at me, everyone, I'm the spirit of Christmas." Yes, Jimmy, yes. We're all very convinced by that. We're totally convinced. You go on, you go ahead with that photo shoot now. Oh, goodness, who's going to tell him? He looks like an absolute Burke. Does he think he could rob a bank with this get-up? Because I don't think I'd be fooled by it. According to Slasher, it looks like a 90s Hallmark movie about a guy trying to save Christmas as a Christmas decoration. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's Jimi Hendrix is trapped inside a bauble with the worst Santa Claus outfit possible. And in there, he'll learn the true spirit of Christmas. Wow, how wholesome. The beard is very crooked. That beard looks like it's about to slip off his face any moment now. Any moment now. Nova says, "Jimmy, I'm tired of playing pirates all the time. I thought we could play Santa. But I could be both." I'm not surprised you don't have any words, Blue Bats. I think it's left some of us speechless, while others are all just pointing and laughing at this really bad attempt at trying to get into the Christmas spirit, so to speak. Nice try, Jimmy, nice try. Excuse you, but you can kiss the sky instead, because we're not so happy about this one. Sorry. Righto. On to the next one, shall we go? Let's... Pirate Santa sounds cool, not gonna lie, says Slasher. Hey, there's a movie for, well, there's a movie idea for all you folks. It's Pirate Santa, starring the ghost of Jimi Hendrix. Jellybean calls him the ghost of Christmas Never. Actually, Slasher's got a point. He looks like a wise man in a nativity play. Look at me, everyone. I bring not gold, not frankincense, not myrrh, but I bring my new album cover for my Christmas album. Jimmy, your album cover is making baby Jesus cry. Or as Blue Bat said, he's the ghost of Christmas cringe. Jimi Hendrix, look at yourself. I'm the ghost of Christmas past. Here's this photo shoot you did all those years ago. No, no, it's cringe. It's terrible. Hide it away. Alright, on to the next album cover we go. Let's wrap this up and send it back to Santa's workshop. I agree, Starglow. This one's going on the naughty list. But what about this one? It's Kane Roberts. And if you can't tell, he's wielding a mighty weapon. His axe, slang for a guitar, has been converted into a fire-blasting guitar with an assault rifle clip and a sniper scope and... Well, on the plus side, he's big. There's that. He's strong. He's got a physique like me. But... yes, that choice of clothing, I don't think exotic dancing stripper trousers is really going to win over anyone, quite honestly. Certainly not the ladies. I mean, yes, I get that he's got the 80s hair metal look to him. Fair enough. Well, good point, Nova. At least he's eating something, this fellow, compared to all the other shirtless models we've seen on the covers so far. Slasher says, local emo fights Gotham's police with a gun guitar. Watch out, Batman. It's Kane Roberts. He's got his flamethrower guitar. Every time he strums and plays solos, the heat gets amplified. Yeah, I'm not exactly convinced that he's literally standing in some sort of, what is it, prison? Dystopian city? I'm not really convinced that he's broken out of prison. I think the album cover itself probably is broken out, but Kane, you look like you're standing in front of a green screen. Someone's edited you precariously on this unfitting background. Blue Bat says, Builder trying to be emo. Dragonstar says, what kind of dystopian future is this? It's the one where everyone has a terrible album cover, especially big boys like Kane Roberts here. Slasher says, this looks like what you'd find in your emo brother's room. Like, oh, don't worry, little bro. This is my brand new album cover. I'll get loads of chicks this way. Yeah, sure you will. Sure you will, Steve. Nice try. Oh, sorry, Kane. Kane, I get... Kane's gonna be your new cool name, Steve. Nova Star says, shaggy haircut. That's the emo kids did in the basement of the 2000s. Pair that up with plenty of shoe polish as well. Get bright, not bright, but deathly black colour. Oh, the lighting bothers me. The lighting bothers me. Like, the background itself, if it was just the background, then that would have been alright. But he just had to kind of glue himself on front with this abomination of a guitar-turned-weapon kind of hybrid. I'm not going to be seeing this in the next update for Helldivers 2. I'm sure we can all agree on that one, can't we? I don't blame you for not finding this funny at all, Felicia. I think Heath probably thinks it's hardcore and amazing and masculine. But he looks like a bit of a noo-noo head. That's putting it nicely. Slasher says he looks like he sounds like he's about to rant about conforming to society while dressing like an emo version of Rambo. Oh, here comes Kane Roberts' first blood. Or first bottle of black #1. He's going to take on all these bad guys with his terrifying weapon, otherwise known as music. Blue Bat says, I don't want what he's selling. If he approaches any of us and says, oh, would you like my new album cover? No, Kane, please. Blaster of your flamethrower guitar weapon and hand it back into the authorities. Jelly says, looks like he glued ostrich feathers to his head. That poor ostrich probably looking at his backside going, so that's where my feathers went to. Darn you, Kane. Okay then. On to the next album cover we go. Let's throw this back to the authorities and hope they lock it away forever. Or blast him with a flamethrower guitar. Either way. What's next? What's next? We have Ken. By request only. Ken, my friend, no one's requesting this album cover. Absolutely no one. He looks like... He genuinely looks like the Ken doll from Barbie on the left, only with a campy moustache. Just Ken. Look at that bum cheek. Little bum crack on his cheek there. Just gorming off into the corner like, duh. By request only. Yes, Ken, can we request a better album? Can we request a better album cover, please? I think that's the only request we're all making here. Gray's got it right. He looks like a possessed wax statue. It genuinely does. He looks like he belongs in a wax museum and that he's about to spring to life in some sort of creepy supernatural horror show. Is this from the 1960s, says Jellybean? I honestly don't know. It's 60s or 70s. Probably 70s. That haircut definitely has 70s vibes. Almost like he's wearing a helmet of hair, like you could just slide that on and off of his noggin. Slash is saying that the look of a man going through a midlife crisis. Poor Ken, poor Ken. He's realizing, oh, I think I've made some terrible decisions by abandoning my family to pursue my career in music, based on this album cover alone. Nova, he does have eyebrows, but I think that's the lighting kind of throwing off. I have to squint my eyes just to really get a good glimpse of those little brows. Meanwhile, him on the right there, like, hee, I'm so proud of my creation. And my swanky suit I stole from my dad when he wasn't looking. Slasher says, so this is how we found out Mum left Dad. And type of dad law you'd want to unlearn. Why is this shirt so long and oversized? It's like a nightgown, says Gray. I never noticed that. I think it's a few sizes too big. That's why you shouldn't rob your parents for clothing. The worst version of Ken, says Delisha. Barbie, give this Ken a makeover stat. Please help him. Slasher says he looks like he's reminiscing on better times. He's probably thinking of a decent anecdote. Not an anecdote that makes you burst out laughing, but one that just makes you go, heh, he. Emin Fasusu says he needs a better shave. Mum, I want to look like Dad. Say no more. The kind of album your creepy uncle can't seem to get rid of, says Jellybean. I think this album is probably cursed. With a face like that, who'd be surprised? Duh. Ken, over here, sweetheart. No, the camera's over here. Turn your head to your right. No, your other right. Over here. Oh, forget it. Just take the photo. Alright, attempt number 2. Oh, that's better, Ken. That's better. Do you want to use this photo? No, we're going to use both edited together. Ken. No. No, that's a terrible idea. Can we not? Hey, whose album is it? Fine. Disco bootlegs as blue bats. That guy ought to be arrested for stealing the original one, says Delisha. What murder documentary is this from, says Slasher. Gray says there's no lights on upstairs. No thoughts. No regrets, just Ken. Like, he probably walks around and says Ken, like that's the only word he knows. Or maybe that's the only word he wants to say, is Ken. Poor Ken. He's made a royal Burke of himself. Jellybean says, Ken, what are you looking at? There's a spider behind you. Look at that sunset outside, everyone. I'm going to stare at it and see how long I can stare before I pass out and my brain gives way. The only thought in his mind is Ken. It's definitely 70s, 80s vibes, and yes, and this album's gonna go out of fashion just like Ken's haircut. We definitely need to give him a better haircut for sure. Look at those sideburns. Blech. Jelly's absolutely right. This one is not Ken-uff. Gentlemen, all the gentlemen out there, you are Ken-uff, but not Ken here. He's an exception. I don't know what plane of existence he's on right now, but it's not Earth. Not even a bowl cut, just a spherical shape, says Nova. Like, make my head look like a cropped version of the globe. As if it's like one gigantic Malteser forming around my head, like a gigantic milk chocolate Easter egg for a noggin. Say no more, Ken. Right, let's move on. Let's request that we get a better cover than what we get from Ken here. He's zoinked out. It actually does look like a Lego hairpiece, Gray. It really does. Someone just pull his head off, just put on a more decent kind of haircut, please. All right, let's get moving to the next cover. Wow, Kratos, all you God of War fans, do you recognize this fellow? It's Kratos, it's Iron Beast, stomping around the cities, which just look like black boxes with little yellow dots on, and leading a path of, I presume that's fire, but you never know, that could be something else entirely. That could just be him spilling liquid cheese everywhere. Or maybe just, he's... Look at me, everyone! I'm Kratos! I'm stomping on this gigantic omelette! Yes, Kratos Iron Beast. He doesn't look like an Iron Beast. He looks like an ugly gentleman with a terrible mask he made for himself. And very little clothing. You can barely see him, Nova. That should be a good thing. You should be grateful. This thing's atrocious. Like, ugh. What is the goat head noggin he's got with blood pouring out? Like the back of a vacuum stuck on his skull. The skyscraper looks like the art of AM from I Have No Mouth and I'm a Scream, says Grey Galloway. Oh, you see, this is what happens, everyone, when you let Kratos here have a few too many spicy bean burritos. Turns his backside into a flamethrower, and the entire city suffers in the process. Jellybean says looks like a goat-dragon hybrid, with a human's body as well. What's he even doing anyway? Why is he stomping around this poor innocent city? Why is he leading a path of destruction, this Iron Beast? Why is he gorming and looking like he's totally fine with it, just thinking, I'm going to walk over this way. Someone get Godzilla to thump this fellow in the face, giving him a good old whack. Dragonstar arrives. No, Dragonstar's gone. I don't blame you, Dragonstar. Run while you can. Here comes Iron Beast. It's a bit of a frightening sight, isn't it? Ooh. Oh dear, no. King Kong is gonna take this guy's lunch money anytime soon, I'm sure. And he's trailing yellow paint everywhere, all over the city. Clean your feet, young man. I think he has a car in his hand, Jelly. I can barely make it out from this atrocious artwork. Grey saying, Kaiju stupid edition. Looks like the type of art that would be displayed in a bar, says Slasher. I don't know what kind of bar, but that's enough to drive the clientele out permanently. Has someone got a rocket launcher? Can we all just fire rockets at it until it goes away completely? I think that's the only way we can stop this freak. Utter abomination of a monster for an album cover. What a rubbish. Absolute rubbish one. Right, well, shall we move to the next album cover? I think Kratos needs to be beaten up by Kratos from God of War. This Iron Beast needs to be smelted down. Yes, good idea, Thalicia. Let's move on to another album cover. Surely this next one will be so much better, right? Right? Hopefully, maybe. Don't get your hopes up, though. That's all I'm going to say. Don't get your hopes up. Let's go anyway. Cray-saying, the people are evacuating the city not because of this threat, but because of the cringe the monster radiates. I think I'd be wanting to nuke the city afterwards if this camp creature's been caught sporting his stuff around. Okay, on to the next one. Probably didn't expect Lady Gaga to appear, but born this way she is. Was she? She metamorphosized into a human after looking like she was massacred, mutilated, and glued onto someone's motorbike. Like, I've got nothing against Lady Gaga, you know, like, musically I can see why she has a fan base. That's justified, totally justified. And this cover, though, I can't imagine this helped sales. I wouldn't be surprised if this is probably one of the worst-selling album covers from this art alone, but I'm probably wrong. Slasher says, Transformers 2010s in a nutshell. I'm guessing that she morphed into a motorbike Nova, but... Ugh. Can she morph back? Please. If she was born this way, then, can we just scrub her birth from the birth certificate, and we can all pretend she was never born in the first place? Last thing I'd want is to ride a motorbike with Lady Gaga's face in the front, looking like she's about to bite your nose off in a bar fight. Yes, genuine, the real cover from Lady Gaga music, Felicia, a genuine cover. And it looks like a stock black and white motorbike with her leg and her head, or like the head of a doll, based on Lady Gaga's likeness, like a £15 doll you'd usually give to your child and say, go on, you can give it haircuts. Glue it in front of this motorbike and saying, look at me, I'm born this way. Like, ugh. Someone put it out of its misery. Let's take it to the chop shop. Slasher says, this bike looks uncomfortable to sit on. And that's not including the fact that you got a glaring face right in front, right? Just imagine sitting on the bike and then the head just like spins around like Woody from Toy Story. Like, I told you I'm born this way. We pop stars know everything, Sid. Nova says in some versions they cropped the bike and kept the face. Oh, is that so? Could they just maybe just have Lady Gaga's head and the rest of her body like waving her arms around or something? Like, hee hee, or maybe get Lady Gaga on a bike, on a motorbike, not Lady Gaga transformed into one. Ugh. I don't think Harley Davidson's going to call up anytime soon and ask for this to be turned into the real deal, don't you think, everyone? I think they're going to probably ask and say, look, we're calling in advance to say no, we don't want to make this into a reality, Lady Gaga, so please don't even consider asking us at all, thank you. Honestly, Felicia, I wonder if Lady Gaga herself actually approved of this. If she did, I'd be asking, what the heck was she thinking? Rubbish. Right, let's send this to the scrapyard. Let's look at another cover. Surely there might be at least one cover here that won't be as terrifying or as ugly as most of these, right? On to the next one. Let's strip this down for parts and jump to the next. Ah, yes, Megadeth, their first album, Killing Is My Business, and business is good. Now, I wouldn't call this an outright terrible, atrocious, rubbish album cover, but this is low budget, very low budget album cover stuff, and you can imagine why this got replaced for the re-releases. Look at this thing. It's rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. They probably borrowed a skull from a high school biology class, put some rubbish little metal glasses on it, stabbed it with meat hooks, dumped a few chains and other garbage around it. Dave Mustaine, we've got an album cover here. We just put a skull and random bits of metal and other trash and a candle nearby. Oh, well, that's totally amazing. Yes, that's gonna be our album cover, dudes. Creepy and not in a good way, eh, Dragon Star? I don't know about creepy. Looks lazy. Looks lame. It's the sort of kind of unfinished Halloween horror house decoratives. You pull it out of under the stairs or something, and this is just what you pull out of the box. It's not even prepared yet. It just looks like all that. Oh, it's not clowns, Jelly. Don't worry, it's not clowns. It's literally a skull with, I presume, makeshift pair of metal glasses and some meat hooks sticking into it. Because it's trying to look cool, I guess. You see, this is probably a product of the fact that for the first album, the band spent most of the money that the record label gave them. They spend most of the money on, well, let's just say illegal substances. And because of that, they had to fire their producer and then produce the album themselves. And this is probably a byproduct of that too. They ran out of money to actually design a good album cover, so they went, oh, forget it, let's just throw some garbage together and hey presto, look at that. What kind of school arts is this? It's postmodern, aka weird for the sake of weird, blue bats. This looks like a Halloween rejected art, says Slasher. I think even Rob Zombie would probably look at this and think, no, that's not even good enough for my takes on Halloween. Slasher says, so Ghost Rider's more unfortunate cousin. This is his less popular cousin. This is probably Spectre Driver. Slapped on the cover of a Megadeth album, Dave Mustaine going, oh well, yes, this is totally badass and radical and bodacious. Everyone's going to want a cover of this. No, Dave, no. And you thought that him making Risk was the biggest mistake of his career. Oh, look at this. That's a different story, I think. Oh, dear. Oh, big yawn. Ooh. Let me just get a sip. I'm a bit tired. Nova says it right. Quick, we have 15 minutes to make the album cover. Run to the nearest Halloween shop. Okay, dudes, I'm on my way. I won't be too long. And don't go to the illegal substance dealer, Dave. Oh no, that's for afterwards, dudes. So that is a terrible impression of Dave Mustaine. I apologize for that and that alone. Oh no, don't write yawn in chat, Slasher. Oh, and Jelly, you'll get me there. Pardon me. Oh, blimey. I'll tell you what, one more album cover, then we'll wrap it up. No, Slasher, no. It's not cute. No. Oh no, everyone else is yawning now. No. Oh, cracky, I'll have to change to the next album cover before I yawn again. Oh, blimey, no, Nova, I'm not a grumpy puppy. Okay, final album cover for today. Oh, this was a recent one. Metallica, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. I mean, I'd probably explode as well if someone handed this to me and said, this is going to be our new album cover. All those ideas you rejected? Well, we threw them away. We're going to go for this one instead. Like, I got nothing wrong with if you like Metallica or not. I mean, I quite like that song Until It Sleeps. That's a good one. And of course, you know, the classics like Nothing Else Matters and To Sandman 1, blah blah blah. I don't know anything from the new album though. I know nothing about this one. Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Look at all those faces. Looks like there's faces from... If anyone's played the Shivering Isles expansion from Oblivion, then you'll probably know what I mean when I say it looks like those teleporters of Sheogorath's head. This is what happens when you eat one entire chili pepper. These are the faces you make. And they're all morphed together. Slasher says Stephen King novel cover. Stephen King wishes he wrote a creature as frightening as this. It would look at this, and he would wet his pantaloons. Well, Metallica lost the plot indeed, Welshie, for sure. Completely lost the plot of this one. Lars Ulrich, what on earth is happening to you, man? bleach and holy water is required for Slasher. Put it in a squirt gun, mix them up, and fire. What's that, Slasher? You feel disturbed? No, it's Metallica. Budumch. I'm in for Susu, needing crosses. I think we need nukes, crosses, holy water, bleach, fire, lots of fire, a rag to cover the face with, probably a bucket of grey paint to get the colours all right again. Yeah, sorry for the nightmare material, everyone. Oh, you actually like this, Grey? You actually like this one? I mean, fair enough. If you like it, more power to you. Of course, of course. But that being said, it's pretty frightening. It's pretty rubbish, in my personal opinion. Oh, Nova's here with the bottle of holy water, Slasher. Quickly, catch it. Throw it on Lars's face. All of his faces. Jellybean calls it a tie-dye devil. Final boss of the undead, says Blue Bats. This is the sort of creation you'd probably end up fighting. The final boss for a House of the Dead game. You gotta figure out which of the mouths is the weak point and start blasting inside of it with a shotgun. Gray says it's cool horror art. Well, maybe you could say that, but then again, why on a blank white background though? It doesn't really work if that's the case. Look at those goofy faces. Like the face to the left looks like he's trying to really squeeze out a stinky fart, and that top one there looks like he stepped on a Lego. The bottom one is probably the face that Lars makes when he's been told, yeah, this album cover's gonna stink, mate. And the one on the right is him screaming in agony when he receives the reviews from fans. Well, she says this is what parents show their kids to stop them doing illegal substances. Remember, kids, just say no, or you could end up with a face like this. Don't do it. Trust me, he was a human once. Oh, bad stuff. Really bad stuff. Nauseating stuff. Alright then, everyone, alright. Another biblically accurate beast, says Jelly. Okay then, okay. Well, everyone, it's time to wrap things up. Thank you all of you, yes, absolutely all of you, for coming to this stream. We're going to be knocking things on the head for today, but otherwise, it's been a heck of a lot of fun, and I think that we all had a good laugh looking at some of these atrocious covers. I really hope that you all had fun, of course, and I really hope that you'll be rolling around next stream, which is going to be Saturday, as always, 7 till 9 p.m, naturally, and that'll be a nice and relaxed, no theme exactly, chill and chat sort of thing going on. Should be lots and lots of fun, all the same, of course. And yes, many apologies for the nightmare materials. Glad to know you had a good time, Nova, and thank you, Slasher, and yeah, sorry for the nightmares. Much love to you, Thalisha. Thank you for coming, and kisses to you. Mwah. You might have unconventional tastes, Grey, but at least you have good tastes in VTuber streamers. Oh, Jellybean, wanting me to yawn? No, Oh, blimey, my one weakness being told to yawn, that I yawn on command. Oh, blimey. Oh, petting my head and my ears. Oh, blue birds. Oh, making me grin. Glad to know I cheered you up, Slasher. Wonderful to know that. I hope the rest of your week goes nice and smoothly. And oh, don't all start typing yawn. I've got to force this one out now. Oh, crikey, crikey. Yes, I think I need to a big stretch as well. Thank you all. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I hope to see you next time. No, blue bats, I'm not cute. That's probably my cue to go to bed before everyone keeps calling me puppy again. Thank you very much to everyone. Looking forward to reading this villain arc story you're coming up with, Amenfususu. And yes, I've heard rumors about a certain someone who looks like me, an hunter variant apparently. Someone dressed as a hunter who looks like me might be rolling by on JTV ASMR anytime soon. If that's indeed the case, then stay safe, everyone. You never know what might happen. All right then, everyone. Thank you ever so much, and thank you for the compliments. And no, don't call me cute. You're all cute. You're all cute to me. Bless you. You're all adorable to me. Thank you so much for coming to the stream, folks. See you next time. Stay safe, and much love to you all. Mwah. Mwah.